Explain SE ranking to you. SE ranking is a research tool. So what you do is you set up a project, okay, and you basically start creating keywords. Now, you can add those keywords a number of ways. You can put them in manually, or what I prefer to do is go research a competitor. So let me use a competitor that I'm currently working on. And we can see here, if I go into my competitors, this isn't a competitor of ours, but it is a competitor of a potential customer. Or it was just a colleague that I wanted to help out. So just logging in. SE ranking costs about 12 quid a month. It's not expensive. So straight away you can see it tells me by keyword group if my competitors are ranking. At the moment they're not ranking for any of the terms I'm interested in. That's because they're not in my industry. But let's just take TSK group. All right, and we'll look at them in detail. So if I want to look at anybody, I go to here, research this domain. Immediately, I can start to see things that are of interest. The domain trust is 21 out of 100. That's probably because they haven't got enough referring domains or backlinks, or more importantly, the quality of data they're producing content isn't that good. And you can see that from the page trust level is 50% below the actual domain trust. Their traffic is going up, and you can see a better picture of that here, where their traffic has gone up from 250 to 1,000 visitors a month, all from organic, so stuff they publish that's bringing them traffic. So a fourfold increase they got last Q4. However, since then, pretty dramatic decline down to half of the level. We can see what they're number one for, which I wouldn't be surprised is their company name. And down here, we start to see keywords by intent. Now, this is the intent a customer has. So they've got 1,300 keywords for informational type keywords. Who is TSK? What do they do? Local keywords, 925. TSK in London, TSK in Manchester. Commercial keywords, like what does TSK do? Are they good at? Or navigational keywords. Now, commercial keywords can also be by TSK products. Yeah. However, here's the key thing. If I click on these keywords, all right, I can see all the keywords down here. I can see what the difficulty is in ranking for the article on 0 to 100. I can see the current position. I can see the search volume, the search intent, whether it's local or commercial. I can see SERP features. So I'll come back to SERP features. These are areas that Google looks at. There's 33 of them. But if there's reviews for TSK Manchester, if there's questions that people ask for TSK Manchester, if there's images that rank for TSK Manchester, here's the critical one. What's the competition like for that term? All right, 0.28, reasonably hard. Best co-working spaces in London, very hard. Half, yeah? An extremely hard term would be 1. These terms down here, 0.2, easy to rank for. Okay? You're beginning to see how useful SE ranking is. Now, if I want to use those keywords, I just highlight them all. All right, and I can add them to my project. So I can basically say, right, I'm going to pull all those keywords in. Now for TSK, not so relevant. However, if I show you another competitor, just going through to it here. There we go. Back to add competitor. They hide it pretty well, actually. So let's just assume Optra was a competitor of TSK. I can do exactly the same. And what I can do here is I can go into these keywords and go, look, there's 9,500 for them there. Or they've got 5,300 commercial ones. Let's go after those because they're the valuable ones later in the pipeline. I click keywords, 5,000, and I go use keywords, and I add them to my project. So I can pick any project. Mine, if I had one for TSK, or I could add it to those. But effectively, you're stealing your competitors' keywords, and then you can analyze them. Right. Other areas of interest with SE ranking. Let me go to Comms Edge and look at rankings. Comms Edge is a company that's only a month old, so don't be surprised at the fact it's sitting at average position 98. This is an interesting one. So if you look here, all right, Comms Edge is hitting a content score of 79. The maximum score some of my competitors have got is 86. So I've still got a little bit of work to do. However, because it's in green and dark green, that is a good content score. I'm going to rank for those kind of terms. Okay? If that was in red and like below 30, you know that the content you've produced, which is on that URL, is not so good. I hope with what I've just shown you, you've got the beginnings of some insight into how good this tool is. Okay.